Get strong.
Hey family, welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
We got another episode coming at you. I think it's like 14 or 15 at this point. 14. Cool. So my name's Matt.
I'm Andrew.
Yeah, nice to see everybody again. So in today's episode, we want to do a little something different. So we have had a couple guests on at this point, and we're kind of going through that process, and that's been a lot of fun. How do you think that's been going for us?
It's going so far so good. I really enjoy having other people in our podcast so that people know that we have friends.
Yeah, right. Right, which is kind of cool, and like we've met a lot of new people who like, oh, we want to come on. So that's been kind of a step forward in the right direction, and we're excited to continue with that trend. More people are going to come on in the future, and we already have like several more lined up. And also, I wanted to say, like for people in the future who wanted to come on, I was going to put like my email address on below, so like I could put it on the screen. So like if you wanted to come on, right, for any reason or anything you want to talk about or get on with us, chop it up, we'd love to have you. So I'll put my email linked below, and I'll put it on the screen right now. So just email me, and we'll get something set up.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. Hope to see you in the future. So yeah. But yeah, guys. Okay. So today we are gonna talk about the topic of like money and the stock market and all that stuff, fun stuff. I have a cool book that I brought with us today. It's called The Millionaire Mind. So this is by Thomas Stanley. Great flipping book. If you've not read it, highly recommend, right? So today I wanted to go through some of my favorite points of the book and like why it's important. And I think it's interesting because it aligns with like the values and future that I'd like to have and like success in general. And I think the best way to emulate the success is to study it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So
yeah, so we're gonna get it. So I know this is gonna be an interesting one because it's gonna be like a review of the book, but like some of my favorite things. So it's gonna get kind of interesting. So we'll jump in. Okay, guys. So I don't know. It's gonna be kind of a weird one, but like something different. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. So the Millionaire Mind is about people who are worth over $10 million and basically what their similarities are. So it's like people who are worth over 8 figures and like what they have in common, their demographics, and some things about them. And we're gonna go through each one and kind of say like what surprised us, what did we find interesting, what did we find different, like difficult, like all these different things. Okay, guys. So we're gonna start with the demographic sketch of like what these people look like. Okay. So a traditional family. Okay. So this is like a reading from the book, like the text. It says, I'm a 54-year-old male. I've been married to the same woman for 28 years. One of 4 of us has been with the same spouse for 38 or more years.
Wow.
Okay, so first of all, we're talking about spouses, right? Mm-hmm. And like obviously on this podcast, we're talking about like health, wealth, and happiness, right? Mm-hmm. So I think a big part of the success of these wealthy individuals in America is the success of their marriage. Mm-hmm. Okay, as he mentioned, he's been married to the same woman for 28 years, and the statistics show that 1 in 4 of us has been with the same spouse for 38 or more years.
Jeez.
What do you think about that first kind of statistic here for these wealthy people that interviewed?
They got money.
They do.
They got money.
They got money. But isn't it kind of interesting how they are like they're stayed with the same person for a long time?
Mm-hmm. They're not like Kanye or
bouncing around. Right.
Or KK.
Right. So
yeah.
I think that's an important cornerstone of like wealth is to have like a good partner, a spouse. Yeah, I mean these people end up getting married and have families, and that gives them a good foundation to build success with it.
Yeah.
Right. So the first thing is they have like long marriages. Right. So that's one statistic they see in these demographic sketch of these millionaires. Next. Okay, it's interesting. So it goes with this family dynamic. On average, they have 3 kids.
Wow.
So married, 3 kids.
Say Kim K.
Yeah, right?
Kim K.
Right.
Still Kim K.
Exactly.
It's exactly like Kim K.
Right. So we have a long marriage with kids, with 3 kids on average. Then the next, most of us, 92% are married. So they're married kids, right? That goes, and then of those, 95% have kids. So married kids, that's a common theme. And then only 2% of us have never been married, and then 3% are widowed, unfortunately. So I guess that shows the found. Yeah. Like Kim K.
Literally everything could be Kim K.
Right. Kind of interesting, right? So that's kind of the first thing about the traditional family, like values of these people who are worth a lot of money. Okay, next we're gonna go wealth, income, and we're gonna go that way. Okay, so the next thing in the book, it talks about we are financially well off. On average, our household has a net worth of approximately $9.2 million. The typical or median level of net worth is $4.3 million, and then the average figure is skewed in an upward direction by those respondents who have very high levels of wealth. And then our median total annualized income is $750,000, and then the median income is $436,000. And then those of us who have incomes of $1 million or more skew the average upward. Okay, so I think that's the next thing. A lot of these people are high income earners, right? So like they're usually like professionals, maybe lawyers, doctors, business owners, like those type of things, traditional, world. So you kind of have you have your demographic of like who they are, married, kids, making good income, making a lot of money, which makes sense. And then the next one, so then they talk about, in spite of their wealth and income, the typical number of our group has never spent more than $41,000 on a car or $4,500 on an engagement ring. So it seems like, so even though they have these levels of wealth, they're still relatively frugal, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. So you have like a lot of money, but you're not spending it on things that go down in value.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Yeah, which is good.
Nice.
And then you have, what else we got? Oh, and it's kind of funny. Neither our spouses nor we have ever spent more than $38 for a haircut. It's kind of interesting. So like they've never spent more than $38 for a haircut.
Oh, that's tough.
That's funny. I actually spend more than that.
I spent
40.
38. I spent 38.
38. I spent 40. So it's kind of funny. So these people who have some wealth, 40 bucks. Yeah. Okay. And then now we're talking about a little bit of inherited stuff. We live in fine homes and quality neighborhoods, but only 2% of us inherited any part of our home or property. Some of us have inherited a portion of our wealth. Nearly 8% inherited 50% or more of their net worth. In sharp contrast, 61% of us never received any inheritance, financial gifts, or income from an estate or trust. Damn. So that means, so they're saying 61% of these people have not inherited any money, which is good to know. Yeah. So it shows us that they have kids, they're married, they're making really good incomes, and then also they're frugal, and then also 61% of them have not inherited a dime. So it's kind of interesting, right?
That's very quick. Like, I have no words.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Like to know.
Yeah, like people could earn money easily. Well, hard.
Yeah.
It could be in a harder or in an easy way as well.
Yeah, so like it says like over half of them have not had inheritances. I know some people have, and that's awesome. But most of the people we're studying in this age, like in this little set, 61% of them didn't. And then interesting. So now some names and places. Okay, we can be found in more than 2,000 well-established older neighborhoods in towns and cities with names such as Mission, Kansas, New Canaan, Connecticut, Richmond, Virginia, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Fort Worth, Texas, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Summit, New Jersey, Inglewood, Colorado, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. So it's kind of interesting because a lot of the people you'd think they'd be like, they'd be in LA or like New York or stuff, but like a lot of these towns are like small, so it's kind of interesting to look at that.
I've been to Atlanta. It's very small, so I could see it.
Yeah.
Now, understanding more about this.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. We are not sponsored by Aquafina.
Yeah, Aquafina, sponsor us. No, I'm just kidding. Someday. I know there's like the water snobs out there. Okay. Now we're going to talk about home styles next for Millionaire Next Door. We have nearly all of us are homeowners, so they all usually own a house. And then about 12 years ago, we purchased our current home for an average price of $558,000. The median price was $435,000. We have enjoyed reasonably good appreciation on our homes. On average, it is currently $1.3 million of our net worth. And then the current median value is approximately $750K. So they live in like very nice homes, but not mansions by any means.
Wow.
So it's like it's a $500,000 house. So yeah, they and then some of them, as the value of their house went up, about 61% of them live in homes that are valued over $1 million, which is kind of interesting. About 25% of their net worth, depending on level. So some of them live in like $1 million house, which is crazy. And then 1 in 10 of us purchased a home in the last 3 years that followed the stock market plunge of 1987, which is obviously a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So do you have any thoughts on those type of things?
Like age is just a number. Or
Yeah.
money or a number.
Yeah. So and they buy a house. That's something important to them. So they're married, they have kids, they buy a house, they're making a lot of money, they're investing, they're living below their means. So these are all important things. Okay, we're gonna go what they do for work. Here we go. About 1/3, 32% of them are business owners or entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Nearly 1 in 5 are senior corporate executives. 1 in 10 are attorneys, and then 9% are physicians.
Okay.
So remember I said physicians, doctors, business owners, and then like corporate executives. That's like their vocations. And then you have the 1/3 of the population composed of retirees, corporate middle managers, accountants, sales professionals, new business development officers, engineers, architects, teachers, professionals, and housewives. So those are kind of like the skewed of what these people do for a living that have $9.2 million.
Yeah.
So they're either a doctor, lawyer, business owner, corporate executive. Then you have some middle managers, accountants, sales professionals, new business development managers, engineers, architects, teachers, professionals, and housewives.
Housewives.
So it's kind of interesting. Which, I mean, a housewife probably is like married to somebody who, yeah. So do you have any thoughts on those, like career paths that they choose?
Like, I would say teachers. Like, would they make it that much? I don't think they would.
No, they wouldn't. No, it's probably like they're married to somebody who
Probably.
has done one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you have a teacher and then you have like a lawyer or a teacher, doctor, or a PA or like something like that.
Or an MA.
Yeah, MA. Yeah. So, yeah. Then we have business owners are the richest of the group, but senior executives are also among the ranks of multimillionaires. They have account for 60% of the millionaires, but nearly 26% of Deca Millionaires. Those with net worths of $10 million or more. So business owners.
So
Like if you own a Chick-fil-A or you own a car wash or you own a Mexican spot down the street, like those type of guys, or if they own 3 or 4 of them, they have an enterprise.
Tesla.
Yeah, right. Or yeah, Elon Musk. Yeah, he's got a little bit of money too.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, so that's kind of interesting because I mean, business owners, it's a very hard life, a lot of work, sacrifice, risk that you take, but that seems to be the overall group. Like business owners, senior executives, that's a big chunk of it, which makes sense.
It does.
Okay, nearly 50% of our wives do not work outside the homes. Those who are employed are business owners or entrepreneurs, sales professionals, middle managers, attorneys, teachers, senior corporate executives, physicians, and employed or retired. Okay, cool. So that makes sense. So like most people stay at home and like I'll be taking the kids, make sure house is good, and they have great careers if they want to, just depending on the situation of the person.
Yeah.
So.
You could have a part-time job.
Yeah. So like you can do something like that. And then we are well educated. 90% of us are college graduates. More than 1/2 hold advanced degrees.
Like bachelor's. I mean, not bachelor's.
Masters or like a doctorate. So a lot of these guys have like master's, doctorates, and kind of higher education. So it shows in the study, in the thing is that 90% of them are college graduates. So college is definitely important. It's not saying you have to be go to college to be successful, but in this study it does show an overwhelming amount did go to college, get a bachelor's or a master's or something like that. So I think that's important. And then all right, let's go over a brief look into the Millionaire's Mind.
Ooh.
Like the title of the book. All right, we're financially independent, yet we tend to live a comfortable and not extravagant lifestyle. Many of us cluster in certain middle upper class neighborhoods throughout America. We live in fine homes, but we have little to no debt. Important, we tend to buy houses when many others are selling.
Ooh.
So they buy a house, buy property, stay out of debt. They live in upper middle class neighborhoods, and they live a good lifestyle, but it's not super extravagant sometimes.
Like an Airbnb.
Yeah, they do some investment property, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's a good look. Almost all of us are married and have children. We're self-made. We go to so on average we vacation overseas about once every 2 years. Kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him like traveling, so that's kind of a cool fact to know. Few of us have. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Scored 1,400 or higher on the SATs. Few of us have done that. So that means they're not the most smartest people in the world, but they're decently smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a good one. Most of us love our chosen vocations, and it's not work; it's a labor of love. So they like what they do. So I think that's an important thing. You like what you do, that's cool. And then we must admit that we are not into do it ourselves. These among us tend to have significantly less wealth than the average for our group. We became rich without compromising our integrity. So they're people of high integrity, character, do the right thing, golden rule, simple stuff. This is a good one. We are not workaholics, but we spend a lot of time socializing with friends and family. When we work hard. We focus our energies and maximize the returns on our efforts. So they work hard, but they also have like family lives and friends, which is super
hard, play hard.
Yeah, which is the motto we go by, right? we always have fun and we're always working hard. We do spend time planning our investments and often consult tax advisors, but many of us also have time to attend religious services and are active in raising funds for noble causes.
That's good.
That's cool.
That's really good.
So they go to church, they give money away, they plan their investments, strategize, get with tax professionals, so all good things. Okay, and then I want to go over the success factors. Okay, this is super important. The foundation stones of financial success are: we have integrity, discipline, social skills, a supportive spouse, and hard work. Let's go through each one of them real quick. Okay. Integrity. They define it as being honest with all people, discipline, applying self-control, social skills, getting along with people, a supportive spouse, that's self-explanatory, hard work, more than most people. I like that. More than most people. So if we look at these success factors and say, okay, I want to be worth $8 million someday. I want to be successful. I want to do these things. Well, you gotta learn these skills. You gotta say, okay, I want to have integrity. I want to have discipline. I want to have social skills. I want to have a supportive spouse, and I want to work hard.
5.
And they're easy, but they're hard to apply.
That's
like
true.
implement.
That's very true.
Which one do you think is your favorite of those 5? If you had to ask yourself.
I say. I have 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
I say discipline and integrity.
Like it.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, number 1 for me is hard work, because that's like what I have based my whole life on, is just like working hard with all the different ventures I've done, all the things I've pursued, all the things we've done together. Like we always just work hard. He's a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. So I think I always hang my hat on just working hard. Obviously, I think integrity is super important as well. I think, doing the right thing, right? Even though, honestly, it has an interesting definition of like being honest with all people. I think that's just honesty. Integrity is more of like doing the right thing when no one's looking, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think integrity is important. I think hard work is important. Social skills. I love talking to people. That's why I have a freaking podcast and a YouTube channel, right? I always tell people to go do that. So I think social skills is super important in this realm as well. So I think those are my favorite. All right, let's see. What else? Ooh, intelligently gifted. Also, this is kind of an interesting little thing, tidbit from the story. It says, how did we become millionaires in 1 generation? said most of us saw economic opportunities that others just ignored, and we have had the willingness to take financial risk given the promise of good return. This is especially true for those who us are self-employed. But we know that there's a strong correlation between one, willingness to take financial risk and one's level of wealth. It is less about investing in the stock market, much more about investing in ourselves, our careers, our professional practices, our private businesses, and so forth. So, very interesting. Talks about taking risks,
Yes.
which is scary. I'm very risk adverse, honestly. I mean, I'm not a risky person.
Me neither.
I'm not riding.
Like-
pretty risk averse.
Riding on a roller coaster, I'm like,
Nah.
nah.
No, not my thing.
No.
Not my thing, guys. So if we had like a risk from 10, like 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 3. Or 1. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not a risk guy. So, but it's kind of interesting that they talk about they had a risk and they developed, which taking risks are important. Like I guess, but me and you've taken risks. Like
Yeah.
we started a YouTube channel. We've done all these different things. It's a risk, right? Started a podcast. Did all these things. They're risks.
Yeah, traveling.
Is a risk, right? Walking outside's a risk, right?
In Europe.
Yeah,
At
or
night.
or anywhere, yeah. So it's kind of interesting. But I think that's kind of a cool point. Yeah. Also, most of us will say that we have strong leadership qualities. We have the ability to sell our ideas to employers and suppliers and products to carefully targeted audiences, which is AKA marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of marketing.
So you got to make a good product, make good content, make whatever, and then distribute it in the marketplace. Right? Pretty
That's
simple. Intelligently gifted. I said that earlier. As are millionaires intelligently gifted? Let's see. I'm just gonna skip that. Well, actually, it says being well educated does not mean that all graduates with high honors from college. Our undergraduate grade point average was a 2.92.
Wow.
That's pretty low.
Very low.
So the average millionaire in this study had a 2.92 GPA,
Not even a 3.
and our average SAT scores were 1190. That's horrible. I guess I don't even know, but I'm assuming
What's
it's
the
bad.
even score?
It says not high enough to gain attendance to so-called selective competitive undergraduate colleges.
So like Harvard.
Yeah. Okay, but even the 1190 SAT number may be a bit inflated. Nearly 90% of our cohorts who were A students in college did not recall and they didn't report their SAT scores.
Holy.
Ironically, only about 1/2 of our group who were C students were able to recall their SAT scores. So, yeah. And then, yeah, so that kind of goes about SAT scores. And
Do you remember your SAT score?
I didn't take it.
You didn't take it?
No.
I took it.
What did you got? I don't remember. Who cared?
I'm like-
Hey, we made it. Life's good. So I think the other thing is, I took the ACT score, like ACT in high
ACT,
school.
yeah.
Dude, I got like a 13. I think it was 36.
I don't even know what I got.
I got a horrible score, and I didn't really care because like I ended up going to community college, then I went to university, yada yada yada. Didn't really matter. I got the piece of paper, got out, accomplished my goal. But ACT scores are just wild. It's just like it's standardized testing to its finest, and that doesn't really have anything to do with like wealth. So that's kind of interesting. And then here's some courage and wealth type of things. We think of success, not failure. We take risks, but study the probable outcomes. How do we eliminate or reduce fear and worry and bolster our courage? We practice believing in ourselves and hard work.
That's
So
it.
believe in yourself, hard work, guys.
That's really good.
And then we offset our fears and limitations through mental toughness we develop through playing competitive sports. We've both been athletes. We've both been down that road, so that makes sense. Nearly 4 in 10 of us reduce the fears and worries associated with making critical decisions about financial resources another way. We call upon our strong religious faith. In fact, these among us who have strong religious faith have a higher propensity to take financial risks than others. Interesting. It kind of goes into the success factors. Oh, also, they interviewed 733 millionaires who responded to my survey. Were asked to rate 30 success factors. And then 2.1. So kind of interesting. Oh, this is kind of cool. So they said you have to be honest with people, be well disciplined, get along with people, have a supportive spouse, working harder than other people, loving my career or business, having strong leadership qualities, competitive spirit, well organized, ability to sell my ideas. All these things are important.
Yeah.
So I think if you don't take anything away from this beside this video, just try to implement some of these things into your life so you can become financially successful or get to somewhere you want to be.
Yeah.
I think that's like the point, and I really like this book because, like I said, if you be honest with people, well disciplined, support a spouse, work hard, love my career or business, you have be a good leader, be competitive, well organized, be able to sell, make wise investments, being my own boss, take some financial risk, having good mentors, having an urge to be well respected. It's all great.
Yeah.
All great. I think, and also having mentors, that's super important.
Yeah, that's a big one as well.
Have you ever had anybody that's been like impactful on your life?
My dad.
That's
my
awesome.
mom, my sister, like pretty much my family, my close family.
That's really good. So for me, I've had a lot of great mentors over the years, in the forms of teachers, my parents, friends, some finance people that have really helped me out. Friends, some real estate, got my real estate license. Like I've had real estate mentors, finance mentors, my parents, teachers, and I've just had great people along the way. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Ooh, also, another thing. Luck versus discipline.
Ooh.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It says, luck versus being lucky, being well disciplined, being very, very well organized, working harder than most people. I think the more disciplined and harder you work, the more luck you'll have.
Yeah, that's true. And for me, I sometimes have luck.
Yeah.
And I like to be organized.
Yeah, that's good. What do you think? If I had to go through like these 10, do you think you'd have most of them?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. So like would you say you're pretty honest with people?
Yes.
Do you say you're pretty well disciplined?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say. Do you get along with people?
Yes.
Do you work hard?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Do you like your career?
Yes.
Yeah, you have some cool jobs.
Yeah, I do.
Some pretty good leadership qualities, competitive spirit. You got that.
Yep.
Well organized. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta being physically fit.
Yeah.
Attending a good college. That was pretty low on the list. Being lucky. Graduating near top of my class. That's the last one, guys.
Like that one, no.
Yeah. No, same. I mean, I had a good GPA. Like, I
had a good GPA too.
Like, I was fine.
Over 3, so.
That's good. So it's kind of funny. The millionaire success factors, graduating near at top of my class was last. Which just says, like, it doesn't really matter.
Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't really
I
matter.
graduated.
Like, you graduated, you got out, and you kind of went from there. There it was. The Millionaire Mind. We did a little case study on this book real quick for an episode of the podcast. Pretty fun. What'd you think of it?
It's really mind-blowing.
Yeah, it kind of opens your eyes up because I think a lot of people have misconceptions.
Yeah.
They don't know the facts about millionaires, but that was some of them. 733 millionaires he studied, which was wild, a lot. I think if you could take 5 things away from this video, like a call to action for you guys to implement in your life, I think number 1, work hard.
Yep.
Number 2, have integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, take a little bit of risk, like calculated risk. Number 4, get educated.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to college, but like if you want to go to college, that's great. If you want to take a course, that's great. Trade school, something, get educated. So number 5, like I said, integrity.
Integrity.
And I guess number 6, the bonus one is invest.
Yeah.
Invest into something. Invest into yourself, a business, the stock market, real estate. We'll have another investing one in the future, definitely, but for future. But yeah. So those are 6 things for me.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts?
I just can't believe it.
Did you think that was kind of a cool little deep dive into this book? Guys, you should go read this book. Great book. Millionaire Mind.
It will blow your mind.
Yeah.
Even though you want to learn about money or like success, investing. Gotta read that book.
Yeah, and also the last thing they talked about, they were married, had 3 kids, so that's cool. Had a supportive spouse, which is huge, which is cool. So guys, this is a great book, and I wanted to kind of do a deep dive because I wanted to show you guys like what are the stats and statistics of a successful millionaire. What do they do? Why do they do it? So I think this is a cool little overview, and I had a lot of fun. We're both gonna be successful and do well in life, and we want to get it, and we want to help you guys get the facts, figures, and notions so you can become a millionaire, and for you to become successful and prosperous. For you to become successful and prosperous.
Prosperity?
Yeah, that word. For you to become successful, prosperous.
Prosperity.
Okay, for you to become successful, a millionaire, and prosper in your life.
Wonderful.
There you go.
Wonderful.
All right, guys, I got it out the end. But thank you guys for watching, listening, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. More podcast episodes to come. More finance episodes because we're finance bros now. It's official. Yeah, we got our picture on the flipping wall. The whiteboard behind us. So something like. But guys, thank you so much for watching. My name's Matt.
My name's Andrew.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Until next time.
Peace.
Bye.